actually pick their selection of anywhere in the world. They're retired, right? And they're very close to Guruji and the head of Chinmaya Mission, Swamiji. They could have gone anywhere in the world. They chose to come to back to this area and specifically to Virginia, probably because of Medha and Medha, to Priya, thanks to them. So we're very, very fortunate to have them here for his last several years. I'm so happy that she can share her message both as a long-term devotee of Gurudev as well as Ravida. And Arvind will speak on Sunday.
Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Thank you, Sriji, for the introduction. And you are far away sitting like this. I don't like it. Is like feels like miles away. Maybe I will come closer. There we go. Then I can make little bit more connection with all of you. Like in my classes also I say I need to have cameras on. Cannot I just read the name in the class? I need the face. So this is how I can connect with you. Alright. Hari Om. Hari Om. Very good. Wow. And welcome on this Swamiji's 107th birthday. So I want to find out how many of you were here last year? Were here last year? On the same Chinmaya Jayanti day? Only few. I can repeat the same thing then. Right? No, I won't. Last year it was Mother's Day. So I had chosen Gurudev as mother to me, and is it?
Yes, good.
Gurudev as mother to me, and Gurudev's advice to a young mother. So I have given two examples last year. So this year I was thinking, what would I do? What should be the theme? And next week is Teacher Appreciation Week. So what I thought, I will share he as Guru to me directly in one example and to another disciple in another example. So I'm going to give two examples, Gurudev as Guru and what advice he has given and how it has impacted my life. Okay, so that's my theme for today. Everybody with me? Alright. Don't sleep, okay? I'm here only for a few minutes. Alright. I will ask questions in between so that you don't sleep. Sorry, that's my style of interaction. What to do? Okay, now, here we go. So it is said that Lord brings the teacher and the student together. Guru is somewhere, student is somewhere, and it is Lord's grace. Mysteriously it works and it brings the student and the teacher together. And my father was the one who brought us into the mission. That would be some another story. So the Lord came in form of my father. And he brought us into this mission and in the Washington regional area also. So that story can be some other time. Maybe on the Father's Day. Okay? On the Father's Day. But today, he as a guru to me and to one of the disciples as he has given the advice. Okay. So first of all, congratulations. You are not of the type of the first kind of people in the video, first video that was shown. Right? You are not that kind. You are the second from the video. You are already here. You are listening to Gita. So congratulate yourself. Okay? So you have passed that stage of not now, not now, not now, which I was doing several years, and it was my father who had to push me to come here. Okay? So congratulate yourself. While you are congratulating, I am going to ask you a question. Which shlokas Swamiji mentioned in that talk? You have covered those that chapter. Think yourself. Don't answer right now. But you should know it because you have covered that chapter. I will give you a hint. Chapter 7, I think. It's okay? I'm just making you think. You can tell me afterwards when we are done. Alright. Moving forward. Coming to my story now here. After you are thinking about which shloka was it. Right? So, one of the camps, like going to the camp. So we used to attend camps with Gurudev, family and residential camps. You will also get an opportunity pretty soon in July, end of July and August. This year in Chicago, next year our own center is organizing. Advertisement from now only. Okay? So this camp, we were attending one of the camp, it was in Michigan. Okay? And how the camp used to be, Gurudev used to take morning meditation. Then he will sit on the dais himself and will send us, all of us, to have tea. No sleeping, okay? And no tea right now. You will get within some time. Alright. So he used to send us for tea and he would sit on the dais. He won't go. And we will go have our tea, we will come back, and then he will address the first Vedanta lecture of the day, and then he will send us for breakfast. And he will also go for breakfast. So after a couple of days, I had several questions in my mind. How this happens, how that happens, this he is saying, not personal questions, okay, related to Vedanta. And what I thought, I must ask him. And after the first lecture was over, when we were dispersed for the breakfast, he was going out and many people were prostrating. So there were lots of people around him in various number of circles around him. I don't know what happened to me. I gathered courage, went through all that crowd, went closer to him, prostrated to him, and I said, I have a few questions. I would like to ask whenever you have time. And what I was thinking at that time was that he will give me an appointment. Come at this time, he's going for breakfast now. He didn't have his coffee also. We had our tea. But he didn't have, so he's going for breakfast. And I thought he will give me an appointment. But what answer came was really surprising. And that's the message I want to convey to you today. He said, come right away. He like roared, come right away. And he signaled to whoever was driving him, take me in the car. So I go with him in his car. He's sitting in the front, I'm behind, and I'm thinking, now it makes me laugh. I have not told Arvind that I'm going. He must be looking for me for going for breakfast, and here I am. I'm not even informed because I have not planned it that way, right? I was thinking he will give me an appointment. But anyway, I was there in the car, so I was planning my questions. I prepared. I was articulating so that I would use my time effectively while I'm sitting with him. All right, so I've articulated the questions. I'm there. I go. And what I was still expecting, he will have his breakfast, then he will give me an opportunity. The lady who was going to serve him was standing behind. I still remember Bhargavi Raicha. She was standing there, she was ready. He pointed. He sat on a chair on the side and went to me. So, like I sat at his feet and he signaled me to ask the questions. So even he did not take the breakfast, that much urgency he was showing. And this is the point I am coming at. And then I sit there, I look at him, I'm thinking, what $1 million opportunity I have in this world, unexpectedly. Not that I was thinking it will happen right now. And what must have happened next? You think my one after another questions came pouring? I simply started crying. Looking at him, he looking at me with piercing eyes. I still getting these goosebumps over here, that with remembering that experience, and I simply started crying. Not a single question came out. I had articulated those questions. This, that, 1, 2, 3, 4. Not a single one is coming. And then he's looking at me again, and I'm crying. And further also, I would tell you, I don't know what happened to me at that time. I did pranams to him, and I said, I'm new on this path. Please bless me. And one step further, I took his hand and put it on my head. What a foolish, what a daring, I don't know what to call myself now that I'm looking back. I don't know, but it happened. And he must have also been thinking, I gave her opportunity, what is she doing? She's just crying and she's saying, I'm new on this path, please bless me. So when I look back, what reminds me, or I want to carry the message, is whenever we call, he makes himself available immediately. He doesn't wait a single moment. All we have to do is call him. He has promised. He has promised. He has assured us, whenever you need me, close your eyes, look into your heart, and I will be there. But do we do that? No. We don't, somehow we don't end up doing it. So this is one message that I would like to remember myself. He made himself available on that spot when I asked him. So he will make himself available whenever we call him. I was not anything special, any devotee. I was just like any, he didn't know me personally at that time to make time for me. But he did. He did. So we have to keep that in mind. So this one message I want to give, which I am carrying with me, and I hope I remember, I say it out loud so that I don't forget it myself, that whenever I need him, he makes himself available. I have to just call, and he would make it a priority. Try yourself. This worked for me, so it will work for you also. That's one. Do I have time for, okay, couple more minutes maybe. I know I plan, but my time goes up, I know, with my all this explanation giving. So another one is also from after one of the camps, residential camp, I think it was Frostburg camp. We came back to Kailash Nivas, our ashram in Silver Spring. And we were all sitting at his feet. Not that example I'm going to share, because that's another one I'm going to share sometime with Srini's what happened, Kasturi. But this one is different. Dr. Naidu, many of you old timers, Chinmaya Mission, Virginia, they would know. Dr. Naidu asked Gurudev, many youth could not come. Could you give any message to them? And short came the answer from him. Keep your mind where your hands are. Keep your mind where your hands are. So that's another message I'm trying to carry with me. That we have several ways of draining our energy while we are working. We have learned self-unfoldment. Regrets of the past, anxiety of the future, excitement in the present. We have just learned in self-unfoldment. Done. Memorize. We can tell somebody else. But when we are working, we don't remember that. I don't want everybody to get very serious, so I will tell you something different right now. When we were young, in our math class, I don't know whether it is there still now, we used to have one example. There is a reservoir of water and there is a tube leaking water from the bottom. And there used to be a question, at what rate water should come from the top so that the reservoir would be filled. And I always used to think, why making us calculate like this? Close the tap from the bottom, that's about it. Then it will fill, isn't it? But no, the same way we are doing it. We have 3 taps open from the bottom while we are working. Regrets of the past, anxieties of the future, and excitement in the present. Instead of that, if we remember this sentence, what is that? Keep your mind where your hands are. That way we will be much efficient, isn't it? So I know my time is up, maybe I'm a little bit over also, but this opportunity we got through the different family camps that we attended. So I will recommend you You also make it a priority to attend. You can get personal direct interaction with the Swamis and Brahmacharis, but that part later, the part I will discuss again. Isn't it? So these two messages I would like to walk myself, and I seek His grace and blessings so that I remember and I practice it during my life, not just preach by standing here. Hari Om and thank you.